What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Between the Chalk, episode number 2. I am Trent Pruitt, my co-host Noah Weinberg here. What up, Noah? How you doing?
What is up? I am doing great. Happy Tuesday.
Oh, happy Tuesday. I love that jersey, by the way, rocking our beloved D-backs. Looking good. All right, let's just go ahead and dive right into it here. We're going to go ahead and start with the East, come back with the Central, and then head west. Is that cool?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So, by the way, we're just going to be talking MLB futures here. Going to run it down division by division, talk about win totals, divisional odds, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get into it here. AL East, I got the Blue Jays.
Let's chalk it up.
Yep, let's chalk it up. I got the Blue Jays. I like their over at 91 wins. We're going to go ahead and start there. The team's stacked. They're an absolute wagon. The lineup is absolutely insane. Returning Vlad Jr., obviously. Bo Bichette, Kevon Biggio. Both those guys are going to take another step forward this year. We're getting a full year of George Springer as well out in the outfield. I think he only played like 70 to 80 games last year. But he still had like 50 RBIs and 20 plus homers. So that's a huge addition to come back.
So last year, the Blue Jays won 91 games.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with the Cy Young Award winner.
With Robbie
Ray.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the guy. He was he was more than just the guy. He was the award-winning guy.
He was
you lose him. Granted, you have a stacked lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Springer, right off the bat.
Right.
The guy could either hit 320 or 280, but that's a nice in between.
It's not a low floor.
You have Vladdy Jr. I don't even need to say much, but if you're talking about someone who's going to be plugged in like Lourdes Gurriel Jr. or Matt Chapman,
mm-hmm.
they're at third. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing if he can put his offense together over there in where are they? Toronto? Yeah,
up north of the border.
North. We don't talk about them much up in these parts. No, I'm joking. But I mean, Biggio had an off season last year. Teoscar is going to be one of those guys where if he can figure it out this year, he's going to be a huge part of that. But I mean, you got Gossman coming in there. Is he a good plug-in for, Robbie Ray? I don't know. Barrios, is he the two of them combined? Do they equate to Ray? Probably, maybe. And is Ryu going to have a better year? Do we think?
So.
I mean, we hope so, right? He was 1 year removed from Cy Young Award nominations,
mm-hmm.
and Manoah, a rookie last year, is going to be on a tear. He is. I have high hopes for him.
You think he's going to take a big step forward?
I think he should take a big step forward. He's got a nasty spin, hot, high velocity fastball, and then Kikuchi. He's a
guy.
He's in that 5 spot. I think we could fill that 5 spot with someone else, but
man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see some of the nukes that he gives up at Fenway. Right. I feel like he's going to get absolutely murked in that division.
Absolutely.
I
like the team. Vladdy could win MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I just 91 wins. They won 91 last year.
Yeah.
I think they do win it.
Yeah.
I think they get over. I think they get over because I don't see the Yankees hitting their total.
Let's go ahead and just transition there. I don't really have much more to say about the Blue Jays besides they're going to just crush the ball.
It's going to be mash tater city.
Yeah, probably going to be top 3 offense in the league.
It's going to start off hot. It's going to be hot in the middle, and it's going to end hot. It's going to be like you want to think that there's probably going to be some downtime though. They're the Bronx Bombers, but they're the real Bronx Bombers, but in up north.
Yeah, the Toronto Bombers. There we go.
Toronto Bombers.
All right, let's let's go ahead. We're both on the over there for 91 wins.
Yeah, I think I like the over, and their odds at plus 180 to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't mind that as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to win it this year.
I mean, if you get a plus sign, might as well take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we're in agreement there. Now let's go ahead and move forward here to New York Yankees.
Yes.
Total is at 93. They're plus 230 to win the division.
Yeah.
Another lineup that's pretty stacked. Plus, it seems, let's just go ahead and get this one out of the way. Rizzo and Judge seem like they might have more power than the mayor in the city. They changed the rules so that unvaxxed people can go ahead and play baseball now.
Yes.
Welcome back to Kyrie as well.
It's the Yankees. The Yankees are different than the Nets.
Yeah, true that.
We've known this forever. The
Right.
Yankees can move the needle. The Nets can move cities.
Yeah.
Right? They did.
Yeah, they're an ancillary team to the city.
Exactly. It's kind of new.
All right, but let's get it back between the chalk.
Yeah, right. We're talking baseball. Baseball.
All right, yeah. So we have just a stacked lineup here. Rizzo.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if you're gonna look at the lineup, Donaldson, whatever. Hicks, I like him, but the guy who I think is going to be a huge part of the Yankees' success, is going to be Isaiah Kiner Falafel. He in Texas was absolutely a huge part of that team. He played catcher a little bit, played shortstop, and he was a utility guy. There's not a lot of players who have that type of ability defensively, as well as the capability to do what he does offensively, which is hit for power, hit for contact, and hit for average as well.
He'll poke some out of there in that Mickey Mouse Stadium.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at the bullpen. I mean, Aroldis Chapman is coming off like what is a down year for him, but he still had a number of saves. I think overall the bullpen lacks luster. It's not the best bullpen that they've had. I'll say that. And I think most Yankees fans would agree. Although if you like Severino, I don't know if he's going to be in the rotation or if he's going to be in the bullpen to start the season. But if he's in the bullpen, I think he could be one of those middle relief, long relief guys. And I think, he's not the greatest player. That's not what I'm trying to say. He's not the greatest person. We know his past.
Yeah.
But I think that if you can look past his past, we could see that he had what it takes. He was a little hurt, and maybe we can figure it out. I think Tyone maybe might be good this year.
I hope so.
And then they don't have any other pitchers, right? No other good pitchers.
No, they have a big lack of pitching, I feel like.
Yeah, right. There's no Garrett Cole or any guy like that, right? We don't.
Well, they do have Garrett Cole, but after
no, they don't. He blows up in the offseason. He's the new Kershaw.
Oh yeah, in the postseason, yeah.
Yeah. I mean postseason. I said offseason. Wow.
Oh yeah, he blew the biggest start of his career in the wild card game.
Exactly. If you can't win one game, if you're that guy and you can't win one game, what good are you?
Yeah, he got shelled.
Absolutely nothing.
That's what $324 million gets you, I guess.
Exactly. Not a win in the wild card. That's for sure.
Now, I do have one question here for you. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Do you have any idea what's up with DJ LeMahieu? Is he playing?
He should be playing.
Okay.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I know I saw that he had like hernia surgery and maybe in the offseason at some point.
He should be playing this season.
Okay. I just haven't heard much about him or seen anything. So I was just curious.
Is he? I've seen him listed. I mean,
Okay.
if he doesn't play, that's a huge loss for that rotation or that lineup.
Mhm.
They also have Gleyber Torres.
Right. Yeah.
So he had an offseason last year, but I think if he can turn it around, granted, he is the best. If you have a chance to bet on Gleyber Torres at Camden Yards, it is the most for sure bet you will ever make in your life. He will hit in a 3 to 4 game series. He'll hit anywhere from 6 to 10 home runs.
He just goes off.
It's almost a guarantee. I've never seen anything like it. The man just shreds at Camden Yards.
I almost want to see if I can find his splits there, but I think that's going to take too long. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, I feel like I have seen him just go off there.
If you're listening to this and you probably know a little bit about baseball, you can absolutely remember the tear that he went on. But for those who don't, about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it might have even been last year. It might just be the lockout kind of got me crazy. But anytime he would go to Camden Yards, he would just terrorize the team. And away from there, he was kind of just mediocre, above average, and like very serviceable. But at Camden Yards, he was the best offensive hitter you will ever see. And it's
yeah. So I was able to find his numbers from last year. So he hit 330. He slashed 333, 419 on base percentage, and then slugged 444, 3 doubles, 9 hits. So maybe it was 2 years ago.
Maybe
he just went off and hit a bunch of.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what year it was. It might not have been last year, but because last year was a down year for him.
But we're taking the over on hits, runs, and RBIs for Gleyber when they're at Camden Yards.
When they are at Camden Yards.
Okay, that's good to know for the future.
But the 93 wins. Do we like that?
I like the under.
I think I like the under as well.
Just the lack of the starting rotation for me.
And I don't think they really improved that much pitching wise.
No, I don't really think we got anybody.
I think that it's pretty much a sure thing.
That they only won 90 last year, right? 92.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to bet the over just because you're a Yankees fan and you're like, the Yankees are the best team, and you're tripping and you're just crazy. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the Yankees team and what they're producing, and yeah, they improved offensively.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think as a team they're going to be able to put it all together for as long of a stretch as needed.
Yeah.
To beat out the Rays or the Blue Jays or the Orioles even, And I could see it. I could see a situation, honestly, where the Orioles are above the Yankees end of season.
That is a crazy thought, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and act like you didn't say that.
I know it's the wildest of theories. I know. Maybe I'm just saying that because Yankees fans are the salt of the earth. But I also think that, truthfully, the Orioles have a dangerous team. I mean, we don't have to talk about them right now. We could talk about them in a little bit, but
yeah, we'll get them when we get to the bottom team in the league.
They're dangerous. I don't like the Yankees this year.
No, I don't like the Yankees either. So yeah, we're going under 93 for them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw an audible on you here. Originally, I had the Red Sox, but coming in third. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Rays to come in third.
And you know what?
You think the Rays are going to come in second? Probably. Is that correct?
Like, I think it's going to be down to the wire. A fist fight at the end between the Rays and the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Wander Franco, that guy alone, deserves all the attention in the world.
Good for him for getting paid. He signed like a 13-year, 200 some million, right? Contract.
The kid is a stud, and he was getting paid before he was even in the pros, in the bigs, you know?
Yes. So he's 11 years, 182.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane what that guy can do on a ball field. But
and he was electric in the postseason last year, which is funny.
Electric. And this team is just built so. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a scrappy team.
Scrappy, yeah.
They don't have a lot of guys. You know, they just lost Meadows, which is a damper. But I wonder who they're going to plug in there. But I'd say losing Meadows is a big loss. If we're going to be honest, I think that Meadows, without knowing their replacement, saying they don't have someone to automatically throw in there, I'm going to say that I think they probably do finish under the Red Sox.
Oh, you think they'll finish under the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I just remember, like, as we were talking, I remembered they just lost Meadows, like, today.
Oh, yeah. Red Sox. So while we're in this nice, heated, friendly debate here, Red Sox also just sent Chris Sale to the 60-day IL. Does that mean anything to you at all?
No.
You're fine with that?
Because they did what they did last year without Sale. You know, they got him back at the very end, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think that, truthfully, it's going to be the Blue Jays, then probably the Red Sox, then maybe the Yankees, the Rays, and the Orioles.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a dogfight up there. I think.
But, I mean, like, it could go either way. You know, like, the East is going to – you could say any given day, you could say any team is going to be on top. And I bet for a while, all four teams are going to be kind of fighting for that top position. And they're all at any given point, you know, over the season, any of them are going to be in first place. All four of them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of, I'm a little bit pissed that they got rid of the game 163s. Did you see they went away with that? Like, that is the most thrilling game in baseball, and they did away with it. Like, this would be a perfect situation where at the end of the year, we might get one of those or two of them even.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but
you know, Manfred continues to kill the game, and, you know,
he is, you know, let's not get kicked off the airways. We love Manfred. We don't
want to lose our press credentials before we even get them.
Exactly. You know, right. Rob Manfred is the best thing to happen to baseball since Frank McCourt took over the Dodgers, you know?
Is it still April Fool's Day or?
Maybe.
All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the Red Sox.
Yeah, you know, we like the Rays, but we don't like they're sketchy. They're sketchy. We don't really know. They lost some bullpen, but who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did see Diego Castillo and Colin Q depart.
Yeah. So
that'll be tough. They rely on that bullpen a lot. But all right, let's talk Boston Red Sox here. They make a big move. Well, let's start with the total here. They're set at 90 wins and they're plus 600 to win the division. Starting with the big move, they went out and signed Trevor Story due to the lack of the incompetence of the Rockies. Didn't want to bring Story back. So Red Sox scooped him up. rounds out a nice lineup there. They got Devers, Bogarts, still have JD Martinez.
I like Dalbec. I've heard Bobby Dalbec.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard really freaking good things about that guy. I've
Yeah,
heard he's just a stud. He is a first baseman who hits for power, and he doesn't even look like a guy who hits for power. He looks like a Devers character.
Yeah.
But he's going to be someone who you might even see in the Rookie of the Year candidate, which is something that I really like. I love the AL rookies this year. It is going to be a really fun and tight race all the way through.
Now, I don't know if Dalbec's not still eligible, right, for Rookie of the Year.
Is he?
I don't think so. Did I put him down there in the odds? Or no? Because I think I only.
Oh, you know what? You're right. He might not be eligible.
He played 130 games last year, so I assume he's not, right?
That's my bad.
No, that's all right. Just that was for the listeners, not to call you out.
Yeah, no, okay, fine. Do whatever. I still call him a rookie. He's a rookie in my eyes.
Yeah, he's young. But he hit 25 bombs, hit 240 last year with 78 RBIs.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I don't count last year really because the Red Sox really didn't do anything. So for me, this is his rookie year for me. So that's what really matters.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate that.
All right, Bobby. It's go time.
It's
better prove it. This is your rookie year.
All right, let's see what he's got this year.
Exactly.
I like Kike. Kike's he's electric, just brings the energy, gets those clutch hits. Every once in a while he cashes in for like a 4-for-4 day. I feel like he gets a good amount of those. Swipes some bags too. I feel like he's a good all-around player. I like him in the leadoff spot.
And Verdugo. Verdugo is one of those guys who's a really dangerous outfielder. And they have a pretty good pitching staff as well, right?
Yeah, they got Eovaldi. You know what you're going to get out of him. Nick Pivetta, right?
Yeah, they got the young guy, Tanner Huck?
Hawk? Yeah, Tanner H.
Tanner H. Call him Huck.
And then they added Michael Waka, right?
Mm-hmm. It looks like they have a big old Dick Mountain.
Yeah, Rich Hill, a.k.a. Dick Mountain, got added to the roster as well.
I mean, what do we think? 90 wins.
90 wins there. Oh, man, it's tough.
So here's the deal. If the Rays are at 89.5, I think the Red Sox win more than that.
Yeah, okay. So you think Red Sox get to at least 91?
So what did the Red Sox last year won 92?
Yes.
I say they got better. I think they win more than that.
I guess the only guy they lost was what's the guy who went? Eduardo Rodriguez? Is that right?
Yeah, and he wasn't all that hot, They got Trevor Story.
Trevor Story was huge. He's gonna hit some moonshots over the months.
Maybe the Red Sox will pick up some guy like Montes.
That would be huge for them.
I think the Red Sox could be feisty this year. I like 90. Also, if you're looking for a nicer bet, I also could see at plus 600. The Red Sox would not be a terrible choice for the division.
I know that plus 600 number is nice, dude.
Right?
Odds to win the division.
Yeah. So if you're looking just at the plus signs, Blue Jays are probably your sure thing. But if you're looking for more money and you're looking for a fun end of season thriller, plus 600, you could take the boys out for a steak dinner,
Yeah, that would be a good fun bet. I like that one. Definitely good value there.
Right, exactly. And then why don't we talk about the basement?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into your favorite team this year, the Orioles.
My favorite team. So there's a little bit of bias. I know someone who works for the team.
Okay.
And she is a idol of mine. So I'm just rooting for her to have success. So
Shout out to her.
basically, so if she gets success, shout out Katie, right? If she gets success, then everybody gets success.
We'll have to bring her on the pod at some point.
Oh no, she
No?
won't go. She won't go on the pod. I'd
Okay.
love to have her on, but she's not a public figure type of girl.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk O's here. They have an okay lineup, I guess. Cedric Mullins had a great year last year. Ryan Mountcastle, Tony Santander, and Trey Mancini, basically the big four there.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, you have Austin Hayes, who is a guy as well. He is a home run hitter. He could hit like anywhere from 30 to 42 home runs this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be nuts.
I think he might have hit 20 last year. Does that sound about right?
No, I think he hit more than that.
Is that low?
Yeah.
He hit 22 homers.
Yeah, exactly. Way low.
Big under.
This year he's poised for a much bigger year than last year. I think the Orioles, yes, it's kind of like the Mets. The Orioles is the Orioles.
Yeah.
But you also have Adley Rutschman, like right around the corner. Mr. Perfect, Mr. Face of the League. He's going to take the league by storm. Adley Rutschman.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, I think they kind of have to make do with what they have. And I don't mind Mountcastle. I don't mind Mullins. You know, Santander, he has a whole crew out in the outfield when he plays. It is the greatest. If you've ever been to Camden Yards, you ever get a chance to go to the game?
Yeah, I haven't been yet.
So much fun. One of my favorite stadiums.
It's a good yard.
Incredible. And they also got John Means, right?
Yeah, let's talk rotation here. They got John Means, probably the only guy in the organization to ever throw for an ERA under 4. I think he was at 3.62 last year.
They had Matt Harvey.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he did that necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. I was joking about the 4 ERA thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Means is about the only bright spot in the rotation. Jordan Lyles, he's a bum.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know any of their pitchers.
Tyler
and I wouldn't be
Wells.
surprised if I never hear those guys ever again.
Right. And now I think John Means might just get dished at the deadline.
I mean, that would be unfortunate for the whole entire franchise, but I don't know. I don't think they do it. If they dish Means, then why keep Rutschman and bring him up through the organization? You know, why build a team? Why keep Santander? Why keep Mancini? Why keep Mullins? Why keep all these guys who probably were inquired about in the offseason? You know?
So let's say this. Let's see. What's the kid's name? Adley, right? Rutschman?
Yeah.
Is that how you say his name? Just Rutschman? Like
Adley Rutschman.
Okay. So let's see this kid ends up being fantastic. He's going to slide in a catcher spot. Is Mullins, Mountcastle, Mancini, Adley, Santander, is that a good core? And then if they actually ever spend money, could you see them ever competing in the division?
So I think that they could not compete for the division title ever. With that crew.
Yeah.
I think they need to add a ton of more pitching, and anybody would tell you that. Mm-hmm. But with that core, and say Adley Rutschman figures it out, I think that they could possibly sneak in. If everything goes right, everything goes in their favor, you know, the Red Sox get hurt, the Rays get hurt, and the Yankees get hurt. I think
you think then maybe they can win a wild card spot in the newly expanded playoffs.
Yes.
Oh man. They got a long way to go. Plus their ownership group doesn't really seem to care. So
yeah. I mean, they're not great, but they do have to pay the Nats pretty soon. I mean, who knows? They've been in a legal battle with the Nationals for forever. So
really?
Oh yeah, It's over TV rights because the Orioles and the Nationals are both part of MASN Network.
Okay.
And they just really the Orioles own the network, and the Orioles never really paid the Nationals appropriately. So
Gotcha.
it was unfortunate.
It's a whole big thing, huh?
Whole big thing. So they are slated to win 60 games, which is
and
9 more than they won last year.
Yeah, and I do want to say that is incorrect because I was working on an updated piece about the Orioles this afternoon. It's at 65.5.
65.5? No shot.
Yeah, that's what I said under to that.
Oh, wait. I mean, okay, hold on. Maybe if
just stop it. They're going under 65.5.
But yeah, under 65.5 is a pretty solid pick.
Yeah, I think they'll be maybe at like 62.
I think I was gonna say 60.5. I might like an over.
Right.
But
not 65.5.
Not 65.
No. Because like you said, they are a scrappy team. They're going to grind out some W's. They're going to hit some. They're going to have games where they all put it together and have success on offense.
Right, but they still are going to have to face Garrett Cole a couple times. They're still going to have to face Gossman. There's the whole entire Blue Jays staff. Right. They're going to have to face the Red Sox. Right. It doesn't bode well for the Orioles, but
it's not looking good there.
But when they go outside of their division, they're going to get wins in their division too. That's just how it works in their division.
Yeah.
But when they go outside of their division, I think they have a better chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why don't we go there? Let's go to the division where they might have a chance in the AL Central.
AL Central. Okay. So let's go ahead and start here with our beloved White Sox at the top of the division.
Excuse me.
No, you're good. White Sox are minus 200 to win the division. That's actually my favorite futures bet on the board. I am a White Sox fan, but so it's not a biased answer, but I do keep up with that division more than most people. So I do feel comfortable saying that's my favorite.
Are you telling me that Jose Ramirez is not going to take single-handed and Shane Bieber are not going to single-handedly take the Guardians in their first year as the Guardians to the World Series?
Absolutely not. No, I actually have the Guardians in the cellar in this division.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are those so you have the Royals finishing above the Guardians?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and just run down it that way. So I have the White Sox finishing first, Tigers finishing second, the Twins finishing third, Royals in fourth, and the Guardians in fifth.
Wow.
So I did see you. Did you pull up my article there?
I just pulled up your article.
Okay. Good. That has the lineups and all that kind of stuff in there as well. Big bummer. Just announced Lance Lynn going to be out until like mid-May with I think he has a knee injury. Maybe even June. So, but they still have a good rotation of Lucas Giolito. Dylan Cease has been coming up the last couple of years.
Yeah, I've heard he's in the early Cy Young talk.
I know. I was surprised to see him that high on the odds. I think he was like 1,600 plus 1,600.
I think it's just because their offense is just so ridiculous.
It's a freaking wagon.
They could include any of those pitchers and be like, you know what, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Guy I'm most excited about is Michael Kopech.
Well, is he a rotation guy?
He will slide into the rotation this year, I believe.
I'm hearing he's going to be like a reliever, but
like a long reliever.
Yeah.
I think at this point they're going to have to put him in there, especially with Lance Lynn going down.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you're the White Sox guy.
I do believe Kopech's going to be in the starting lineup.
But who'd they lose? They lost Rodon to free agency, right?
Yep, Rodon went to San Fran.
Billy Hamilton, and Jake Lamb.
Yeah, both of those guys are gone.
Right, but you guys got who? Josh Harrison. Oh my gosh, you guys got Josh Harrison.
Yeah, we picked up the J. Hay kid. That was good. He's a good util guy.
He's a great utility guy. If he was on any other team other than the Nationals last year, I think he could have been in the conversation for most improved player.
Yeah, for sure. I like the Pirates as well, so I was following him even when he was back out there, and he was he's electric. He's
Electric,
good.
absolutely.
Tim Anderson, he's due to just hit 300 every year forever. Luis Robert, dark horse MVP candidate.
You think?
I do. I think he's gonna go off this year, dude.
Well, I'm all for that. He's on one of my fantasy squads, and I am all for that. Is he all that he's like made it out to be? Because he had a short season last year.
Dude, yeah, I think he slashed. I know I have the stats in here. He had 338 over 68 games last year.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if he does that, he's going to win
68 games. You know, the Dodgers won a World Series in 60 games.
Right. So yeah, obviously
anything can happen.
So just throw that out.
Exactly.
But no, dude, he is that good. Plus, he's like fast AF, so he covers ground.
AF.
Yeah.
AF, capital A, capital F.
Yeah, as Frick. We're gonna keep it clean here tonight. But yeah, he's amazing out there in center. He's gonna swipe some bags, hit some bombs. He's the real deal. Then we had the 2020 MVP, Jose Abreu, Yoan Moncada.
What's up with Moncada, man? Is he?
I don't know, man.
Like, wasn't he supposed to be like Tatis?
He was supposed to be like elite. He came back in the Chris Sale trade, him and Kopech.
Yeah, I mean, well, I like the White Sox. I would agree with you that it's probably, besides for the Dodgers, the easiest lock for a division.
Yeah, and I know you're probably the same way. I don't mind laying the juice because I feel like it's that much of a sure thing.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I mean, like I was just playing. I think the White Sox, hands down, are the best team in that division.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you could go at their 91.5 win total. I would hammer that over. I would hammer it like 15 times over. You know, that's an easy over. Even like because they're gonna have those guys back.
Yeah,
they have them healthy. They have them healthy to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith. I think this is going to be a good season for the White Sox. I see them This is how I see it. Dodgers, White Sox.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, don't even get me started on the bullpen. Do we even have to go there?
I mean, we could. Let's just talk about it briefly because it is the most stacked bullpen in baseball.
I think it's. I mean, we talked about the Braves yesterday. They're elite.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
but,
fine.
The Sox might be a close number 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me pull this up real quick. So we all know they have Liam Hendricks closing. I think he had 40 something saves last year.
And you count Kopech in the starting rotation. I count him as a relief guy.
Yeah. Hey, this is your podcast. No, you count him wherever you want, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm looking at their relievers and I'm putting Kopech in there because I don't see him as staying as a rotation guy. Okay, I see him dancing around, and I think it's going to be awesome if he can manage that well. He's going to be dangerous. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. And then we have Kendall Graveman came over from Houston. He's solid. Picked up Joe Kelly, your guy.
Joe Kelly, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably past his prime. I think most people would agree. Mm-hmm. But if he could capture any type of that swagger that he had with the Dodgers for a little bit, and they're in Boston, especially in Boston, if he could recapture what he had in Boston against the Dodgers, it's only going to be good news.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. More bad news though. They just lost Garrett Crochet, Tommy John surgery. I don't know if you know much about him. He's a left-hander. He throws like 101 miles an hour.
I've heard about Crochet, but I didn't know. I thought he was just a hard thrower.
I mean, I think last year was rookie year, so obviously there's a lot of room for improvement.
But you lost him for the season.
But yeah, he's out with a little TJS for the year. It sucks.
Sucks. How the chalk rolls sometimes.
Yeah. And then lastly, we just got to shout out our guy, Arizona State alum, Ryan Burr. Pitched at ASU a while ago. He's all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So that's enough White Sox talk. I love them. Minus 200 to win the division. The win total, what is it? Did I write it down or no? I don't think I did.
It was 91.5.
91.5. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Over.
Probably over. I can see him going probably 93, 94.
Over.
All right, let's go to Detroit where hopes are high. Another
that's kind of an interesting pick that you have Detroit up there at number 2.
Dude, I'm high on Detroit this year. I think they're going to be freaking good. They went out, obviously let's start with the best player on their team. Spencer Torkelson coming out of ASU as well. He's
Spencer Torkelson, best player on that team. Brother.
We love torque. We're fully torqued on this podcast.
Brother.
No, but
how high are you? That's like me saying the Orioles are going to win the East. Okay, fine. We're fine. We're both in it. Yes, Spencer Torque. We're fully torqued.
We are fully torqued. No, that was a little humor, but he is plus 450, I think, to win the Rookie of the Year.
I mean, I don't see. I like the guy. I think he's a stud, but he's in Detroit. Detroit is really young. Detroit has gotten some new players, but I don't think Javi Baez makes that big of a difference, personally.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it.
I just don't see it being great.
Yeah. No, I think I'm not saying they're going to go ahead and win the World Series this year, but I do think they're much improved. They have Torkelson, Riley Green's a top prospect as well for them.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing in the outfield. He just made a 6 snag the other day in right field. I saw online.
I mean, I know they have Casey Mize, who is a top prospect as well. A top prospect. Skubal was a top prospect as well.
Mm-hmm.
So and they picked up Eduardo Rodriguez. So they did make a lot of offseason moves, but these guys are also guys who, yes, they could potentially be really good. Like at their best, they are really good.
Yeah.
But at their worst or at their average, it's not great.
No, you're right. High ceiling, low floor.
Very, very low floor.
I think they play somewhere in the middle. And I do think they clear the over on 78.5. That's probably my second favorite futures bet.
So what is their over?
77.5 is the total for them.
77.5. And they won 77 last year. They won 77 games last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that wild?
That's what wild. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. And then additionally, like we just touched on in the previous division, Austin Meadows just joined the squad today.
True. The Tigers. Oh, the Tigers. The Tigers. Okay, here we go.
Have I convinced
you? The AL Central just got spicy. Okay. Are you saying that we might actually have some competition for that top spot?
I'm not saying that because I do think the White Sox are a clear
Meadows, just to let you know a little bit about Meadows, maybe it was a little bit raised, but he is like 100 plus RBI guy a season.
Oh, yeah.
He is a really good player. And the fact that the Tigers picked him up with Akil Baddoo and Riley Green in that outfield, Robbie Grossman's not too bad himself.
He hit 20 bombs last year, I think.
Right. And they throw Austin Meadows in there. It's just Wow. Oh, I mean,
I'm telling you, bro. I'm pretty high on the Tigers this year.
the over looks real nice.
Yeah.
I was just feeling like salty. I was like, the Tigers, dude. What are we? Like, it's not the days of the Verlander, the Scherzer, and
Right. It's
the
not
good old
2012
days.
anymore.
Yeah, it's not the. But wow.
Yeah, they're on the come up, man. They are. They're on the come up. Now they're a year or two away from truly competing, but I think they're going to be solid this year. Put a good product on the field.
And I'll be honest with you. I like Tucker Barnhart at the catcher, but that Eric Haas guy,
Oh
he
man,
is one of those guys who end up getting hits, and lots of them.
he's a big lefty. Is that correct? Does that sound right or no? Am I wrong there? Do you know?
So I don't pay attention. I mean, I should pay attention more often to which direction they're standing on the plate, but I just pay attention to outcome because all in all, a righty can hit a lefty can hit a righty can hit a righty, a lefty can hit a lefty. Doesn't matter really.
Yeah. And
These guys are all professional.
He is a righty, just to confirm.
These guys are all professional. And once I saw Yasiel Puig just hitting with his forearms when the ball was in the other batter's box and it was going over the right field fence, I realized that some people are just different.
Yeah. And these guys are all big leaguers. All right. You have enough
yeah, that was a lot of Tigers talk.
Well worth it. They're on the come up.
Yeah. I'll give it up for the Tigers.
Oh, I thought you were going to give it up for me for calling them.
Oh, no, but
good for the Tigers.
Their general manager is the catcher, Alex Avila's dad.
Yeah, that's right. I think his name's Alex Avila as well.
Yeah, so no, I don't think it's his name is Alex, but it's Alex Avila's dad. So you know what? Give it up for the Avilas.
It's
right?
Al Avila.
Al Avila, that's right. Al Avila. He's figured it out, man. He's done it all. What is this? 8 years? No, 10 years.
Is it
from 2012?
Oh yeah,
to 2022. 10 years. I'd say as a franchise, if it only takes about 10 years from you to go from bad to where we are,
yeah,
I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, they did it right, man. They
rocked out the tough years.
They did, yeah. They struggled through a couple 100+ loss years, and they're back in it. So good for them.
And they still have Maggie.
Yeah, he's hanging around. All right, let's talk Twins here. Twins.
Yeah, let's do it.
They're supposed to be second, or supposed to. That's like what the odds makers say.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them being second. I could see them being third.
Yeah,
they lost some guys. Excuse me.
Oh,
they lost some guys, but the guys who they added aren't that great. They were guys of the yesteryear. I think Chris Archer could be good if he figures it out, right? Sonny Gray could be good if he is that guy again.
Yeah,
maybe like Dylan Bundy was good for a little bit with the Angels and the Orioles, but I don't have faith in their rotation. It's kind of like you're going to have a good stretch, but you're not going to have a great season with those guys.
They are a lot of question marks in that rotation.
But if you're looking outside of the rotation, I will say the lineup, spicy.
That's a spicy lineup for sure.
Byron Buxton, dark horse MVP. I don't know the odds off the top of my head, but I will tell you that this guy could easily, if he can figure out average, he could be a 315, 320 guy with 30 plus steals, 30 plus home runs, 80 plus 90 RBIs. He could have He could be a top defensive stops guy. He's a 10 tool player. He's a 15 tool player.
Yeah.
He reminds me of, he reminds me of a guy with as many tools as a Mike Trout.
Whew.
I guess I'm comparing him to Mike
High
Trout.
praise.
But I think Byron Buxton is sorely overlooked.
Yeah, I think it's just because he's always hurt.
Yeah, if he can be healthy, I really like Byron Buxton.
He's only played one season of 100 plus games out of the last 8.
Yeah, he's a guy who I was targeting in my fantasy in our fantasy draft, but he was so far down in the fantasy rankings that I was like, I can wait a little bit, and then I should have snagged him, and I'm so upset. It's like bubbling. Maybe it's something else, or maybe it's Byron Buxton.
Yeah, he's he's great. As long as he can stay healthy, he's going to be solid. And he was plus 3,500 to circle back on that to win AL MVP.
Plus 3,500.
Yeah.
If he could put together a season, him, Carlos Correa, a guy who I don't like to talk about because he's a cheating scum, but he's a Twin now.
Yeah. He's a guy. He's a stud, dude. I can't believe the Twins got him. That doesn't seem like a very Twins move, but good for them.
Yeah, they went out. They got Gary Sanchez as well.
Yeah.
So, if Gary Sanchez could be half the guy who he should be, then I think that they'll be in an okay situation.
Yeah, he's good for 20 homers, I feel like 25.
Yeah. I think, Miguel Sano needs to have a comeback year. Max Kepler needs to have a comeback year. Jorge Polanco needs to have a comeback year.
Yeah.
No, actually, Jorge Polanco did pretty well last season.
Looks like he launched 33 homers last season.
Yeah, but Sano just hits home runs. That's about it.
Sano just hits homers. Yep.
I know he could do better than that. So, but Twins, what are they at?
81 and a half, I think.
And last season, 73?
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to take the under just because their pitching is
suspect.
It's suspect. Bad.
Yeah, under. I'd say under. I don't think they win second place in this division. I think you have it right.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you giving me that praise there.
Yeah. You're welcome, Trent.
All right. Now let's move on here. So I actually have the Royals coming in fourth. I think they have a high ceiling, but a potentially low floor.
Every year it's kind of like, what are we going to get out of the Royals? They have my favorite player in the world, Zach Donald Greinke.
Oh,
or I think it's Donald Zach Greinke.
They brought him back,
but they brought him back for one last ride. I assume this is it.
It's got to be.
And I'm just happy that it's ending where it started.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not it, then bring it on.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. Bring those 60 mile per hour curveballs. I live for it. He is the reason I get up in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, we love Greinke.
Greinke is my favorite guy.
This is a pro Greinke podcast.
Very pro Greinke podcast. He lives between the chalk.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does. He's a chalk guy.
So I think, granted, not a great rotation outside of Greinke, who's not going to be great.
Right.
But he's going to have good games. He's going to pitch well. there's going to be outings where he is old Greinke of the past, right? And you're gonna be like, ooh, Greinke, and then he's gonna get shelled the next outing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna keep pitching him, and then he's probably it's sad, but I hope he doesn't hang it up, just because I want to see him in the league forever, and I just want to see him always pitching until he's 100 years old, and I think he could do it because he's Zach Greinke. But
yeah, for sure.
He'll
After that, just to elaborate on that starting rotation real quick, I'll keep it brief. They have a bunch of young guys. I think Brad Keller, Chris Bubich, Brady Singer, Daniel Lynch, all those guys are between the age of like 23 through 27 or something like that. So
yeah, but they've been in the league before. One guy, who was that, Keller, had a good 2020 season, right? But
yeah, he did. He had a great 2020.
I just don't see his overall performance improving so much that he could be I don't think they could finish above the Twins.
I don't either.
And let me look. And truthfully, I don't even see them finishing above the Guardians, but I mean, I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking, we can just look at that rotation for a second, but really where the juice is in that lineup, huh?
With the Royals?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to finish off with the rotation, it's all young guys going to keep trying to develop, but this is not their year.
No,
it won't be their year. Let's get a little fired up here for this Royals lineup, huh?
I am a Bobby Witt guy.
I'm fired up for him.
I am fired up. He reminds me of a Troy Tulowitzki.
Ooh.
He's going to be a big hitter. He's going to be a defensive stud, and he's just going to be the face of that franchise. Him, Whit Merrifield, who's not that bad, and Hunter Dozier on a comeback year, I think is going to be great. I mean, Michael A. Taylor, a Nat for life, right?
Yep.
Won a World Series with them, but he could be something, right? And I think that whole line, Benintendi, right? Benintendi.
Benny biceps.
He's one of those guys who could hit 280, 290 easy, and you wouldn't be surprised. He could end up going on a tear. There could be a 2-3 week period where he ends up hitting 10 home runs, 12 home runs, and maybe even 15 home runs in that 2-3 week period, right?
Oh yeah.
I could totally see it. That lineup is completely it could be the world for them. But, just like a lot of these teams, things kind of have to all go right. They all have to click at the same time.
Right.
We have to, if we want the lineup to produce, which they can, and they very well can.
For sure.
You also have to get probably a good outing from your pitchers.
Right.
And which is less likely.
Right.
So.
And then, of course, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish up. All right. I'll go. Yeah. I'll go. And we got to give a big shout out to the big hoss. Sal Perez dropped 48 tanks last year and 121 RBIs.
True. I mean, I always, he's an old guy. He's been around that team forever. He's glued to that franchise. Came up as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
In that franchise, but I see regression. I think with catchers, as they get older, there's consistently regression, and then he's the outlier. Him, like Buster Posey, Yadier Molina, but Yadier Molina has consistently been kind of decreasing.
Right.
And his production's just been diminishing, and they're holding him. They have him this year so that Pujols and Yachty can retire together.
They're getting the gang back together. They got to get Tony La Russa back down there. Maybe they'll
win. And that's what Greinke's doing down in KC right now.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a gang back together year, and once they get Greinke off the books, that $13 million can be used for, I don't know, some saves, maybe some
Yeah.
some innings in the starting. Like, I see the Royals hoping to be able to pull off something like the Rays eventually did, with having like a starter go 1 or 2 innings and then a good middle reliever and a starter like a Brad Keller or a
Right.
Brady Singer, who
Yeah.
can give you those 3 through 8 innings or 3 through 7.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I hope the Royals can end up being, but maybe I'm just alone in that.
Now let's go ahead and wrap it up there with them. What do you think about 74.5 wins? I think I'm leaning under.
74.5 wins with their total from last year being 74. I don't know. You think under. I would say 74 is about right.
It's a good number.
I think that my computer models, as we know, are very accurate, and they tell the truth all the time. I think that I could see them winning anywhere from 76, 77 games at the max to 50.
Wow, you think go that low, huh?
I could go that low. So I think your under is probably safe.
Yeah.
But I also see a world where, they get hot. Zach Greinke figures it out. I think, the young guys could do what those young guys do.
Yep.
Their relievers maybe be able to figure it out for a little bit. They got Amir Garrett, right?
Yes, they did.
So
they traded Mike Minor, right?
Lefty. So I mean, the sky's the limit, but I think the sky is like the limit.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah, no, I think you nailed that. There's a potentially high ceiling, but just way too many variables, too much variance there between all the young guys. So it's going to be tough for them to reach that mark, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then let's go ahead and finish it off here with the Cleveland Guardians. No longer the I words. Yes. Their total set at 76.5. So Vegas not expecting too much out of them, I guess.
Right. They did lose some pitchers. A pitcher. They lost Clevenger.
Oh, right. Yeah, they did send him out to San Diego.
I think that their offense, and they lost Lindor, right? But that was last year or this year.
I think Lindor and Clev have been gone for a year plus now.
So I just think, I really like Jose Ramirez. I think he's an MVP candidate. He always just a stud. But I also think that team is lackluster outside of their pitchers. And I know Savali doesn't get a lot of credit, and I know Plesac doesn't get a lot of credit, but McKenzie, in Quantrill, and Bieber's an all-star.
2020 Cy Young winner.
Exactly. He's a Cy Young.
Yep.
Exactly. These guys are good. I believe in the Guardians. I believe in the Guardians more than Vegas does. That's for sure. I think that they probably end up higher than my computer models have them at a much shorter range than the Royals. I see them winning anywhere from what their record was last year to from 82 games to the low end of 70.
Okay. Yeah, a lot less variance there.
Yeah. So, but once again, a little higher on the over.
On the win scale.
So, I mean, I really like the team. I think McKenzie's a stud. If you want to even go into the bullpen, Karnichak had a bad season last year. He'll be the first one to tell you that. But you have the stud Clase Emmanuel.
Yeah.
He is 24 for 29 last year.
Is that
What?
right?
6 holds too?
Yeah. He's good. He's a shutdown guy.
So truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardians finished above the Twins.
You would be surprised if the Guardians finish above the Twins.
I would not.
Oh, you would not? Okay.
No. I could see that going. I could even see them finishing second in this division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's that volatile with the bottom teams. Right. But I think that the top 2 or the top 3 teams are clearly the Tigers, the White Sox, and the Guardians, right? In my opinion. And I see that the Tigers could possibly not be great, even though they keep adding. They have to have a lot of things go right as well. Their young pitching staff isn't proven yet. Mm-hmm. And the Guardians pitching staff is much more proven.
Right, yeah.
So granted, the Guardians don't have the offense that the Tigers have. But, as we've seen, pitching will get you to that next step, to that next stage.
Yeah.
Hitting will come around. People can hit, There's many more hitters in the game than there are pitchers.
Yeah. I am just so low on their offense though, man. And they have 5 starters who are very solid. And I just don't know why that their ownership group is so cheap that they didn't want to go out and sign some bats. Like, who they could use is a guy named Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, I mean, right. You don't want to talk about that around some Cleveland Guardians fans.
Yeah, sorry to the Guardians listeners.
But Ahmed Rosario, who they got instead, was a Mets highly touted prospect. I think he's a really good player. I don't think he's as good as Lindor. I think nobody think. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I think his batting average is 80 points less. Guy's kind of a scrub, in my opinion.
Maybe some Guardians fans will think he's better than Lindor because Lindor left. He's no longer there. But I don't think that was a Lindor decision.
I guess he did. He did hit 282 last year, so maybe I'm a little off my rocker with that.
Yeah, I think Ahmed Rosario is very serviceable. He's not Lindor. He doesn't have the power of Lindor. Mm-hmm. But I think Ahmed Rosario is much, I wouldn't say better, but he's a great shortstop compared to some shortstops in the league.
Yeah, he's a shortstop that's probably going to be on like a 75-win team.
Yes. I see them finishing high. I see them finishing second place. Okay. I know you're low on them, but the Franimal, Framil Reyes, I saw him taking batting practice once. I used to watch batting practice all the time, almost every game, right? Every game went in the 2018 season, every home game in Arizona. Mm-hmm. I would watch batting practice for the most part. And out of all the visiting teams who came and hit BP, his batting practice was the most violent, the most towering home runs I've ever seen in person. He's hit balls that Chase Field has never seen. It was crazy. He has potential to be the most dangerous hitter in the league. That is insane to say. Gallo. I call him Gallo, Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo.
Yeah.
Judge. Like those guys who are those big hitters, he's up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but we probably spent way too much time on the Indians and the Central.
Yeah. All right. That's enough AL Central talk for this year.
Exactly right.
Let's go ahead and finish up out in the West here. You want to go ahead and lead us off?
Yes. Give me half a second.
Yeah.
So the West. This is probably the hardest division to bet on. If you were trying to go by division, by like season totals. I think if you went game by game, maybe besides for the Astros, every team will have slumps and they'll all have stretches of really good games, playing the hottest baseball and being the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, but I'll start with the team who's most likely to win the division, which is the Astros. They are at minus 165 to win the division, and their projected win total is at 92 wins.
Yep.
I'd say 92 wins is a lot for a team who lost Greinke, they lost Correa, and didn't really do anything to replace them.
Right.
Granted, Verlander's back. I think he's probably going to come back with a lot of vengeance. Who knows if he's going to be the guy, but I think if he can be anything close to what he could be, I think the Astros are going to be okay. They also have some guy that the Dodgers gave up for Josh Fields in the midseason trade deadline a couple years ago. You may know him as Yordan.
Yes.
Yordan Alvarez is also
man.
one of my dark horse AL MVP at plus 2,200.
Dude, I hope he hits 50 homers this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to hit 50 home runs. He's going to hit for high average. He's going to hit high everything. He's going to hit tons of doubles, tons of RBIs. Mm-hmm. It's going to be ridiculous. He's probably, if you wanted to make an MVP bet, which I love to make MVP bets, I'll make them left, right, up, down, sideways.
Yeah.
But he's probably the guy who I'd be like, this is probably going to cash. And at plus 2,200, that's some pretty good odds. That's some golf odds. That's like if you want to bet on a golfer before the season, before a tournament, all of them get great odds. And I think that even though Yordan Alvarez has those crazy odds at this point, it's a lock. It's almost a sure thing. I think the only thing that would set him back, truthfully, in my opinion, would be injury. Yeah. Other than that, he's going to be the AL MVP.
Dude,
you heard it here first.
I think you convinced me.
It's like, we'll call it the Noah sure thing bet.
All right. Woo. I think he's going to hit 40 homers, and I think the RBI numbers are going to be there too. He'll probably hit.
Yeah, he's going to do incredible things.
RBIs maybe.
You have Framber Valdez, who's a stud. You have Christian Javier. You have Ryan Presley. Mm-hmm. That team is, although they're a couple years removed from a cheating scandal, they showed last year that doesn't matter. It's team,
insane, isn't it?
They're a team out for vengeance. Dusty Baker really brought that team to form, and I'm just gonna give it all to Dusty Baker, not the players, because Dusty Baker's a baseball lifer.
Yeah, good for him.
But if we want to go, I mean, we could. Do you want to talk anything else about the Astros?
No, I've had enough of them.
Yeah, me too.
I like the over on 92 wins though.
Yeah, I do like. I think I like the over as well. What was their total last year?
I want to guess 95. Does that sound right?
It was 95. 92 is a solid over.
Yeah, it's sucks for them that they lost Correa, but
yeah, I think they plug in fine.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. Plus, dude, I gotta ask you this: Yuli Gurriel, is he the most underrated player in the league?
Yes.
I think so.
Hold on. I don't like the Astros, so I'm gonna say no, but yes, he is consistently one of the best hitters. He's a defensive stud. People just probably keep thinking about how he treated Yu Darvish in that one game against the Dodgers. So they continuously put him at the bottom of the food chain.
And by people think, you mean Noah thinks that?
Absolutely not. I'm talking about the fake news.
Dude, Gurriel, dude, he had I think he won the AL batting title last year. That's how good this guy is. And it seems like no one ever talks about him.
Nobody. He's a stud, and he just continuously gets overlooked. I think everybody's kind of just rooting for him and hoping that this, it's kind of like Wainwright. Everybody's just hoping that this year is that year that he kind of falls off. But it's never going to happen. Or like Nelson Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're going to talk about Nelson Cruz, might as well talk about his old team.
The M's? The Mariners?
The Mers. The Ners. The Seattle Mariners, who just won the American League pennant. I can hear it now, screaming from the rooftops. Macklemore makes his song. It's the whole shebang.
Oh, man.
But their prospects are littering the top 100 prospect list with the second best farm system in baseball, right? Their team, I love this season. 84.5 wins. Over.
That's a big over, huh?
Over. Who'd they get this offseason?
They added Frazier, right, as well?
Yeah, they added Frazier. They added some guy named Robbie Ray. This Cy Young award-winning Robbie Ray.
Yep.
Arizona guy, right?
Oh, yeah. We love
that. They have the young studs in Kalenic, and they just announced that Julio Rodriguez made the opening day roster.
Really?
Yes. So, in other words, Depato, we stand. We stand you. You are the OG, the GOAT. Whatever you have done there, to finish. Okay, it feels like just yesterday that the Mariners started 13-2. Remember that?
Yeah.
The hottest team in baseball with Daniel Vogelbach is leading the charge. And then they finished the season 55-92. And now they're projected to win 84 games.
Yes, sir. Dude,
the Mariners have just won the American League pennant. Oh, no.
I'll have to pull up the screenshots of you texting me every single year saying, hey, Mariners are getting better. Watch out for the Mariners this year.
I've said it for years because I just see them consistently building, and they keep adding, and they keep going on these really crazy hot streaks. And the only way that it's possible is with raw talent.
Yeah. And I will say I got to give you props for that, because you do text me every year before we even started this podcast. Noah would text me and be like, hey, watch out for these guys this year. They're a good sleeper team. Like, you gave me the Rays last year, I think. Or
no, it was the year. It was the year they won the American League. It was the shortened season. I was like, I came to you and I was like, dude, this year is the Rays. And I'll tell you, this is why. With a shortened season, the Rays are the exact team to put it together for 60 games. They can put it together for 60 games. That's no problem for a team like the Rays. When you have teams who can put it together for 80 games is what they're saying. 84 games is what people think the Mariners are going to put together for. I have them down in mind for, right around the Astros number. Like, I think it's going to be probably under the Astros just because they don't have the entire talent the Astros have. But I do see it. I see the battle for the top of the AL West being really tight. I think the Mariners end up making the wild card. I think they probably beat out the AL East candidate.
Yeah.
I think the AL East candidate probably gets less wins than the White Sox. So it's probably going to be the Mariners versus the Yankees, or the Mariners versus the Blue Jays, right?
Okay.
And then the Mariners are going to beat them. And then it's going to be the White Sox versus the Mariners and the Dodgers versus who did I have? Dodgers versus Braves. That's my final four right there because it's March Madness season. We just saw Kansas roll chalk, baby. It's rock chalk, baby.
Oh, hey, shout out to the podcast, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Exactly.
That's pretty chalk of them.
But yeah, no, it's that's what the final four is going to be. It's going to be the NLCS, ALCS is going to be the Mariners versus the White Sox and the Dodgers versus the Braves. But yeah, I really like the Mariners. I don't like them to win the division, as I just said, but I think that if you wanted to bet at plus 450, I don't think you'd probably be wasting your money. You could probably bet differently, but I think it'd also be a fun, just, commit to the Mariners and say, I got a future on the Nerds. I had them, I maybe they didn't win the division, but look, they won the freaking pennant.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of the Mariners this year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little low maybe on the pitching. I don't know. Maybe a little, I don't know. Chris Flexen, Logan Gilbert.
Logan Gilbert is young, had a lot of promise. Chris Flexen, Flexen on my ex is, so all that matters is Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is going to, if you know anything about Robbie Ray, he is like intense and he's focused.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to necessarily uplift the other guys, but the other guys are going to look at what Robbie Ray is doing and just how focused and motivated he is on himself to get better.
Yeah.
That they're going to have a new outlook on themselves. So I think it's going to be good for the Mariners. I think their farm system is going to get added to the table, and then it's just going to be, GGs from there on.
All right. Right on. Yeah, I'm with you on the over on 84.5. I think I got him up around anywhere from 88 to 91.
Yeah. So I'm glad we're on the same page with them.
All right. Who do you got next?
We can move on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll ask you, who do you think finishes third? Do you think it's the Angels this year, or do you think it's the Rangers? Because I'll go with whoever you think it is.
Okay. I think it's going to be the Angels.
So let's go with the Angels. I'm hoping and praying that it's the Angels. You know why? Because every freaking season, I, as the general manager of the Angels, put together a blackboard. And on the blackboard, on the chalkboard, it's a list of needs. It's a hierarchy of list of needs. And at the very top, every single season, it says, get pitching. Okay? Right. And what do I do every season?
You probably have to.
I do not get pitching.
Right.
My first thing is going to get some sort of hitting to put around Mike Trout because I think that's what I need to do.
Yep.
But you know what? This year, I changed my tune. This year, I got rid of my guy who was calling those shots. My guy Epler. He's gone. He's with some Mets organization. He's ruining their team now. But this year, I've made some changes. I went out and got some pitching. You know who I got?
Who'd you bring in?
I've got Thor. Ooh. Noah freaking Syndergaard.
Let's go.
I got Michael Lorenzen, the two-way god.
Let's go.
I got the bullpen G, Ryan Tepera. You know him.
I do know Ryan Tepera. Yep.
And they just re-signed Raciel Iglesias, one of the most underrated relievers in baseball. He gets tons of saves, and every season every season, but most of the time he starts off getting rocked. First 2-3 outings, he'll get rocked. And then right after that, it's perfect. he almost leads the league in saves consistently. He's just one of those guys. So they also got Aaron Loop, and my guy, the D-backs guy, Archie Bradley, the bearded bread.
I see him there.
So I think they might have done something good this year.
Okay.
Will they make the playoffs? Potentially. And you know what's crazy? The Angels have the best, arguably, the best offensive hitter in
our generation.
In our generation, right? They have the highest paid player, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the best pitcher in the American League, arguably, right?
In Shohei,
right?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's arguable that he's the best, but there are stretches where he can be considered the best.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you have the best hitter and the best pitcher, you would think that team is at the top of their division, right?
You would think.
Unfortunately, the Angels haven't been as lucky. So, their season total is at 84.
Okay.
Last season, it was 83 and a half. Do you think that they are over, or do you think that they're under?
Dude, I pray to God that they go over. Man, I am so tired of not having Mike Trout in the playoffs, dude. We need it.
77 games they won last season.
So here's the thing. If Tony Two Bags, absolute stud, and Mike Trout can stay healthy, then yeah, they're going to clear it. Especially with the addition of Lorenzen and Thor.
But it's the Angels.
Right. And yeah, they're starting to kind of be like the Mets. It's like, it's just the Mets. That's what happens to them.
It's just the Angels. And it's so sad. But you know what? For the Angels' sake, I'll give them the over.
Yeah, man.
No, okay, excuse me. Sorry. Hammer that under. Hammer it. There's no shot that they get to 84. You think that they win 7 more games this year?
I don't know, man. I mean, how many games didn't Trout and Tony Two Bags only play combined 130 games last year or something like that?
I think that they're on pace for a very similar season.
Yeah.
Yes, they made improvements, but is this the year?
And I don't know. I think maybe you're right, dude. I mean, the rest of the lineup isn't too persuading either.
I like Joe Adell. Joe Adell's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good, and I think he's going to have a good season. David Fletcher's good. But, I mean, I think betting on Mike Trout to be healthy is like selling – it's just like giving away money. It's just – and then betting on Shohei Ohtani to be healthy as well. It's just –
yeah.
I just don't see it happening. I wish the Angels success, but I just don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't we move on to the Rangers?
Texas Rangers.
They are probably it felt like they were the most active this offseason, but maybe it was just because they committed 7 years to Semien, 10 years to Seager, hundreds of millions of dollars to both of them, and they just secured their middle infield for the foreseeable future.
No. That is a $500 million infield.
Oh, wait, what did I say?
No, I'm just making that. I just want to.
I was underselling it.
No, I'm just trying. Yeah, I'm trying to really put some emphasis on that. It's a $500 million in 17 years worth of contract between the middle infield.
Yeah, it is. I see it working out as, remember when they had Beltre and Andrus, and they got to 2 back-to-back World Series and lost back-to-back times. And I think that did they make 3 Was it a three-peat losing 3 times? I don't think so.
I think it was 2011, 2012.
Regardless, doesn't matter.
I don't know. Yeah.
Regardless, it was back-to-back years. I see this playing out very similarly. Granted, Semien is really good. Seager is really good. And I know they grabbed John Jay off the Rockies. So I like that move as well because he needs to get out of Coors. But
John Gray, right?
did I say John Jay? Yeah,
Yeah,
John
I was like,
Gray.
oh, John Jay, that guy's kind of washed up. I don't even know if he's still around.
No, John Gray. Sorry, John Gray from the Rockies.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Their win total is at 71.5. That is 12 more wins than they got last year. But I think that Seager and Semien alone add 12.
Ooh, wow.
I think that this team is also in the hunt mid-season for the top of the division and then naturally falls off. But I think they make a move at the deadline to add, not sell.
Really? Okay.
I think they add at the deadline, which helps them push over that 71.5 over.
Okay. I'm going to have to respectfully disagree.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to be that good. I think they're a team that's looking – I think they signed Semien and Seager for those long contracts because their eye is 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road. So yeah, I don't believe that they have the pitching. They do have Dane Dunning, who came back in the Lance Lynn trade from the Sox a year or two ago at this point. He's in his development stage still. They just got the kid from Vanderbilt. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's a stud. Jack Leiter. Does that sound right?
Yes, Jack Leiter. Wow, yeah. Oh my
he's
gosh.
Going to be sick. But yeah, I mean, they're a couple years away, and I do think it's going to be a rough year. Besides those top guys and Semien, Seager, they got Mitch Garver, who's fine. He can hit some dongs behind the dish. Nate Lowe at first is
Nate
fine.
Lowe is good.
He's fine, but he's not,
And they have Adolis Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. The Rangers always add. They are weird in the way they add too. It's like, why are they adding? And you're like, okay, fine.
You guys, you're 13 games out. Why are you adding people?
Yeah, but because they see their logo in the hunt on ESPN, it's like it gets them giddy, and they're like, all right, we can do this. We just needed one or two pieces. I think that's what makes them push over the 71.5.
Okay.
But I don't think they come close to winning the division.
No.
I think they excel over the 71.5 in my opinion.
Okay.
It's because what they last year 60 games.
Yes. 60 and 102.
Yeah, I think they win more than 60 games.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they're like I see it happening. 71.5 is not like that's 12 games. I have it as a lock. You don't have it as a lock.
Yeah, I don't love it because I got to point out they lost Gallo and your guy Kenner Falefa. So
yeah, I know, but I mean, although they lost, you replace those guys who are not great. They're good, not great, with two great players.
Yeah,
I think you lose 2 wins, but you gain upwards of 12.
Okay.
And that's just with Seager and Semien. We haven't even talked about John. We did talk about John Gray, but like he added wins in Coors.
Yeah.
If
John Gray's going to make that big of an impact, huh?
I think he's going to make a couple win impact. He's a pitcher.
Yeah.
He's a starting pitcher who has a lot more win impact than a regular 9-inning infielder.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that John Gray has potential to add at least, what is he get? He might get like anywhere like 8 to 13 wins. 13 would be a lot, but 8 to 13 wins this season. Mm-hmm. And I think because of that potential to have those high wins, it could be really good for them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll have to just agree to disagree
Agree to
there.
disagree. But I think, what's one thing we could probably agree on? The bottom of the AL West will 100% be the Oakland Athletics, aka the feeder team for the rest of the Major League Baseball.
Do we even need to talk about these guys?
It's sad, it's tragic, and it's unfortunate for the fans of Oakland. Whenever they get a talented player, you can expect them to be on a different team before it's time for them to get a new contract.
Right.
The A's always find odd ways to win, though, right? They shock the world. They put things together, and even though you think the A's are just kind of the feeder team, they are the feeder team because they find those scrappy guys who, like the Max Muncies, right?
Oh yeah.
Who end up figuring it out. The Rich Hills, right?
Yeah.
They started on the A's. Matt Chapman, right? Olsen. We got all these guys who end up moving on from the A's, who were good. Was Donaldson an A?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and then he went to Toronto, I think. Right.
So it's like there's the A's have a ton of history, rich history of getting these really good players, really young.
Mm-hmm.
But when it takes them selling off everybody to trickle in. But what makes matters worse for them, they don't even have a good farm system.
Is it bad? What's it ranked?
29 out of 30.
How is that even possible? Is that it can't be updated, right? It's got to be.
It was updated.
No. Come on. You're joking with me, right?
Absolutely not.
They're 29th after they dished all those guys. They didn't even get any good prospects back.
29 out of 30.
Gosh. That makes me sad.
Here's what Oakland A's fans have to look forward to. They're either getting a new stadium soon, or they're not going to have to root for the piss poor organization of the Oakland Athletics because the team's going to move to Vegas.
I can't wait for them to move to Vegas, dude. It's right down the street from me.
It's Vegas, the Vegas A's. I don't know if they're going to be the Vegas Athletics. They might be the Vegas Athletics, like they are the Vegas Raiders over there. Kept the name, just changed the city.
Mm-hmm.
But that has a ring to it. The Vegas Athletics.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I mean, I could see it right down the street from the what is that? The Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant Stadium, yeah. Plus their owner's so cheap that I feel like the city of Vegas would come to him with an offer to build the stadium on the taxpayer dime, and he would be all for that. That's why I'm sold on the A's to Vegas.
And people think the owner should sell. I doubt he'll sell, but
nah, he's not going to sell.
I've never, but truthfully, their season total though is 79. 79 wins.
No, that can't be. That's got to be old. Let me see if there's an updated one. Because that cannot be right after they made all those moves. Let me see. Let's see. MLB win totals.
If that's a set, because they won 86 games last year. But that was with everybody.
Oakland. Yeah, Oakland's 68.5. Maybe that was a typo on my part or something.
Okay, 68.5. All righty.
That sounds a little bit more reasonable, right?
That sounds a little more like where they're going to end up.
Mm-hmm.
Although 68.5 is over the Pirates.
That's more than the Pirates are scheduled to win?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that they win more than the Pirates.
Yeah, I don't think, man, they dealt all their pitching, and then also Frankie Montas is going to be on the move at some point, I would assume.
The D-backs are said to win 65 this year.
And
I think the A's and the D-backs are going to win a similar amount of games this year.
Yeah, I can see that. So it's interesting because the A's, they have like names. Like we know all these guys. We know Tony Kemp, Elvis Andrews, Sean Murphy's going to be a solid catcher, I think, in the long run.
Yeah.
Seth Brown is done stuff.
Seth Brown's a name.
Yeah, it's Piscotty, Eric Thames.
Piscotty.
I don't know, man. This team is going to be bad.
It's going to be atrocious. And Oakland, I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? Your uniforms are sick.
Oh man, they have those beautiful Kelly Green unis. Those are neat.
Here's what I'll say. If the Athletics win 70 games this year, I will dye my hair green.
Oh man, we're gonna clip that. We're gonna have fun with that one.
It is a lock.
I'm the biggest A's fan in the building now.
There's no shot the A's win 70 games.
Let's go.
So what was this? You said the 67?
68 and a half, I think. Let me
there's no shot they win. Yeah, if you think the A's are over, that means you think that they're probably going to get to 70, right?
Yeah, or a nice 69.
I'll do it one better. If the A's go over this year,
okay,
I'll dye it. You heard it here first.
69 or more wins.
69 wins, and I'm dyeing my hair green.
Oh man, let's go A's.
Oh my God.
See, that's how bad they are that we're talking the best things that we can talk about the A's is dyeing your hair, moving to Vegas, and their uniforms.
Absolutely. You know, it's
so sad.
So sad, but you know what? State of baseball.
Yeah, someone's got to be in the cellar.
Go Manfred, go.
All right, you want to finish it off with the awards? You good on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So I talked about him a little bit. I had Yordan Alvarez as the lock to win AL MVP. Ooh. But if you were just looking for another guy who I think could do it, I think Jose Ramirez is another guy. But you also get him at the same odds at 2,200, plus 2,200. So might as well take Yordan. But if you're in between, both of those guys are good picks for me.
There we go. Okay. Definitely great value. Both those guys are sluggers. They're going to have the home runs and RBI numbers. So solid value. I'm a little chalk with my first pick. I'd say Vladdy, I think, is going to.
Yeah.
Vladdy might have 130 RBIs this year.
Is he the odds on?
I think Shohei is at plus 400. And then let's see. Yeah. Ohtani plus 400, Trout plus 450, Vladdy plus 450.
Wow. Trout's still plus 450.
Yeah. So out of the big three, I like Vladdy just because I think he's going to go on an absolute tear.
I do too. I like Vladdy too. So if you're going to pick any of the big three out of that, it's probably Vladdy.
And then my other pick will be maybe a touch of a homer pick, but I can maybe make a good case here as well. Jose Abreu at 30-1. So he's plus 3,000. People seem to forget that Abreu won MVP in 2020. Some people like ourselves maybe would throw that year away since the Dodgers won that Mickey Mouse World Series.
Yeah, I mean, I like the 60 games. It's 60 games.
Yeah.
60 games.
Yeah, it's, whatever. No, but for real, Abreu, he's always a guy who's going to have 110 plus RBIs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably going to hit 270 most years at least.
And plus 3,000.
Yeah. So 30-1 plus 3,000.
That's not that bad.
Value. Right.
That's good value.
So, just something to think about.
Yeah. Who do you have for rookie of the year?
For AL Roy. I'm fully torqued. Plus 450 to win AL Roy.
I mean, that's 450.
Yeah.
Not great value.
No, it's pretty much Witt Jr.
Yeah. Right. I mean, he's my favorite, but I mean, I mean, if you're high on fully torqued, 450 is also not too bad. I guess.
I have any chance that I can get to bet on an ASU guy, I'm going to take it.
Hey, I'll take it. Right.
Like I'm taking John Rahm at the Masters this weekend, 10-1.
John Rahm Masters. He hasn't been playing too hot this season.
He's got a couple. I think he finished second and third, but we'll save that for when we start a golf podcast.
Yeah, when we start a golf podcast, right?
How about you though? Do I have one more rookie of the year? The other guy I just threw down to. I'm not fully going in on this, Riley Green, but I just think I wanted to mention him as well on the Tigers since I'm high on them this year. Riley Green's going to get a lot of playing time in the outfield.
So 2 Tigers.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty high on him this year. So
wow, and that's plus 1,200.
Yeah, plus 1,200 for Riley Green.
My rookie of the year candidates are Witt Jr. I mean, I know he's odds on bet plus 310. But I think he's probably going to be that guy. He's going to get it done. And if it's not him, it's probably going to be the guy over in Seattle, Julio Rodriguez. I like him plus 600. And I think that it's probably going to, him starting the year is going to be very beneficial for the team. And his success in the season. So,
I'm excited to see him play.
All right. And then for Cy Young, I have Robbie Ray at plus 900. I think he's going to be have another good year. I think he's going to show up, and I think he's going to lead the Mariners to success. I'm high on the Mariners. And then I have
going back to back.
What was that?
I said going back to back.
Going back to back, exactly. And then I have Garrett Cole as well. If you're looking for another guy, plus 425, I think Garrett Cole is Garrett Cole is Garrett Cole is Garrett Cole. He's going to give you a good season. He might get a little hurt, but he's still going to give you incredible starts, striking out 10 plus in an episode. I call him an episode.
And the media just loves him. So they're going to blow him up. Like if he has even a moderately good year, they're going to be like, Garrett Cole, Cy Young candidate, and everyone else will have better numbers, but they'd be like, Garrett Cole? 200 plus strikeouts? Garrett Cole? Maybe you.
Yeah, exactly. Who do you have?
I'll come back. I'll go with I like Bieber to bounce back and have a great year.
I like Bieber as well.
He's plus 700. Let me just pull up his stats real quick. Even though I think he was hurt most of last year, we still made 16 starts at a 3.17 ERA.
Wow.
I think his whip was a little high, around 1.21.
Yeah,
off the top of my head. But he'll bring that down if he's going to be a full year. He had a full camp. Absolutely. So I think he's going to bounce back and just be a stud. He's always a guy that has over 10 Ks per 9 innings. So
yes,
he's filthy.
So we're both high on Guardian, guys. Yeah. I don't know why you had him as a Cy Young, but finishing at the bottom of the division.
Yeah, I'm low on their hitting. But the pitching staff is sick.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But hey, I think we're good for this episode.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful.
Anything you wanna finish off? Say to the viewers, say to the listeners before we sign off for the night.
The only thing I'll just go ahead and finish up with, we couldn't really put out any opening day best bets yet. But if you give us follow around the socials at PSBN Baseball, we will go ahead and we'll get some picks out for opening day. And then
Twitter,
I believe, Twitter and Instagram.
All the socials.
And we will be recording an episode Thursday night for Friday morning for hopefully some picks for Friday's action.
Yes, absolutely. It should be some shorter series. I know these were long. We had a lot to go through, and hopefully you guys stayed with us. And we appreciate you staying with us. But the next ones are going to be more to the point. We're going to get in. We're going to dive into the best bets. We maybe give you some content, some different segments, and we'll get right into it. But thank you. Have good bets this year. And you know what? Let's all win some money together, huh?
Yep. Let's do it. Thanks for keeping it between the chalk, guys. We'll talk to you next time.